kills. But do we even count those? That's so scary. Generic intro into that kids, and you're back with another kill count by Dead Meat. Today we're doing Emesis Blue, which came out 1 month ago. Well, the original video, Emesis Blue, came out about 9 months ago. I reacted to it. It's one of the longest videos I've ever recorded, and my god, it was amazing. I have recommended it to so many people, and I don't like scary movies, but I reacted to it. It actually has a good amount of views. If you want to check my reaction to that, I'll leave it right up there. It's also on a playlist on my channel with all my other Team Fortress 2 reaction, which has like over 200 videos, which is insane. But last week was my first time ever watching kill count, and it was Friday the 13th. If you want to check out my reaction to that, I'll leave it right up there. Also be linked down below in the description, and will eventually be in a playlist on my channel whenever I make that, going through all of my kill counts that I watch in order. A lot of people were telling me, like, why didn't you watch the recount, and why'd you watch the old one? It's bad compared to the recounts. I'm like, nobody told me that recounts were a thing. Also, I don't know how to do the recounts because there's no playlist for all the kill count recounts going in order, else I would do those. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, if I should just keep going down and watch the progressiveness, and I don't know if I could watch the recounts as well once I get to them, just to see the difference and see how the style improves over the years. I'm not really sure, but shout out to the patrons because they get videos day early. 11% on the paywall channel. Could not do this if it wasn't for them. Also, you should be watching this video on Saturday. I should be playing Undertale for the very first time ever at 5 p.m. over on Twitch. Link down below in the description. Never played Undertale before. I have no idea what to expect. I imagine it's going to be pretty difficult, but definitely stop by on Twitch. I'm always reading chat, and it's probably going to be a problem. But let's go ahead and jump into kill count Emesis Blue. In case you skipped the intro, I know the recounts exist. I just don't know if I should do the old ones in the recounts or do that.
Where we tally up the victims and all our favorite.
Also, I'm playing Undertale at 5 for the very first time ever on Twitch.
Emesis Blue, published on YouTube in 2023. Emesis Blue is a feature-length fan film
Yes,
animated
it's
entirely
amazing.
in Valve's Source filmmaking.
Somehow.
The Source engine has powered a litany of huge hits, including Half-Life 2 and the Left 4 Dead series. Although personally, I experienced it more through Counter-Strike Source and especially Day of Defeat Source.
Day of Defeat.
Emesis Blue's writer-director Chad Payne didn't base his film on those other, more grounded games, though. He used assets from Team Fortress 2, a cartoony and stylish 2007.
There's like 200 videos on my channel.
War of Red vs. Blue. No, sorry, not
that. I reacted to that as well, as much as they're trying to delete it from my channel.
So,
Soundsmith.
TF2 is a multiplayer first-person shooter. There's no single-player mode or campaign to speak of, just endless match after match online.
There's
But
comics.
that doesn't mean Payne had nothing to work off of. The game has a very specific aesthetic, not quite mid-century modern.
Also, my audio is
definitely
crackling. It's driving me insane.
Genre inspired, like early James Bond films. The jazzy
Okay.
soundtrack and
Just
propagandistic posters
tried to
all
fix
over
the crackling.
add to that
I think
flavor.
I maybe did.
Also, and I didn't know this, but Team
Well, no, it
Fortress
still
2
exists.
did have
I
lore
don't.
that was gradually established through game updates and comic books. As the story goes, in the late 1800s, munitions magnate Zephaniah Mann had 2 feuding little asshole twin sons. He gifted
course.
each of them an equally useless plot of land. Blutarch Man took Gravel Pit, making it blue controlled, naturally.
Yeah,
while
Team
Redmond
Fortress
Man
2.
took Dust Bowl, putting that map under control of the Red Team. Ever since then, the brothers have been hurling 9-man teams of mercenaries into
The same
deathmatches
mercenaries.
to steal the other's waste of space.
Team Deathmatch.
Over the years, Valve fleshed out the personalities of its 9 characters.
My most popular video ever.
Of videos that were directed and edited using the publicly available Source Filmmaker tool.
It's very buggy, I believe.
That's how I lost my medical license.
Archimedes.
No!
For his feature-length Source debut, Payne took that same software.
Wait, this was his
and broad
debut?
strokes of the game's lore, but left out its sense of humor to create something much more disturbing.
Oh,
I
no,
was
it's
intrigued
terrifying.
when I heard about Emesis Blue because Team Fortress 2 is, no joke, probably top 3 games in terms of hours of my life I've spent playing. I used to take my laptop to lectures in college and play it in the back of the auditorium. Don't do that. It was fucking dumb. Payload was
I went to college for
I'm
5
mostly
days.
main soldier,
Said
but
screwed and
also
left.
medic like a mofo with friends. I absolutely love TF2.
I
both
stream
for
it with
its
viewers.
gameplay and its sense of humor.
Sounds
the way
familiar.
the characters act and
Lazy
sound of
Purple.
the game is hilarious.
Lots of
And I
things
watched
I've
those
reacted
Meet the
to.
Blank videos as they came out. I was delighted to learn they still hold up now.
I never heard of them until I did a
They're well-made
stream.
and legitimately funny, just
And
like
then I
the game
reacted to
itself.
it, and
Emesis
almost
Blue
didn't post
follows
it.
2 storylines. One of a medic looking for his missing patient, the other of a spy and his soldier assistant searching for a kidnapped governor. Their storylines intersect.
I don't think the
and
audio is gonna be
entangled
crackling for
Slaughterhouse
you.
of Horrors, which houses a respawn machine created to provide the Warren
Which would
Man
feel
brothers
awful.
with their infinite troops. The respawn machine is central to the whole film, which explores the side effects of that technology and what happens when it starts to malfunction. If you've watched Emesis Blue and still didn't know that
It's
was
good.
the story, don't worry. The movie is a bit on the opaque side, avoiding
Definitely.
flat-out
The
explanations
comments are
and instead
great.
reveling in its nightmarish tone. Between the time jumps and time loops, it's easy to get lost. And even after watching
Yes, this
several
corner,
times, there
this
are
part
still
right
certain
here
things
when
I
he
don't
looks
understand.
over in
But
the
that doesn't
head.
really bother
Oh
me,
my
because
God,
this thing
that
is nothing
haunts me.
short of a technical masterpiece. Every shot makes it obvious why it took Chad Payne 5 years to finish the film after
That makes
releasing the
sense.
first trailer. It's creatively directed.
Wait, it took
which is
5
doubly
years from the
impressive
trailer?
given how it was made.
I didn't know that was a
Clearly
trailer.
has a cinematic eye and a sense for suspense. Yeah, I was lost sometimes, but I can't understate how impressed I was by this thing. In a film about infinite troops fighting in an endless war,
Endless war? I know exactly
I don't know who
how
that is.
feels.
Oh, that's not good.
Damn it,
The
Soren, this
respawn
gonna
is a-
mess with my KD. But at least I get to enjoy my respawn routine with today's sponsor, Dr. Squatch.
Oh.
I love Dr. Squatch for their great quality soap bars. They
Wow.
smell great, feel fantastic, and they're environmentally
I was like, why is he
friendly
in a
thanks to
bathtub?
compact cardboard packaging.
plus, for the first time ever, they're including
I don't think
three
his
free
music-
soaps in
he's
their
using
buy
copyrighted
three, get
music.
three bundle.
It gives me so many options
If it's ever
to
muted,
choose
that's
from,
why.
like this Bay Rum
Because they
bar.
do it
With a blend of
afterwards,
cinnamon,
a lot of
cloves,
times.
and orange, I might as well be sailing the Grand Line. Although on second
The
thought,
Grand
I
Line?
think I might
Oh
go
my
for this
God, One
pine
Piece.
tar bar instead. Its pine extract smells oh so good, and its heavy grit will help me exfoliate my
Oh.
newly respawned
Oh, no,
body.
you get soap underneath the
Yes.
fingernails.
Kill
No.
counter smooth. Now to just place this on the soap saver to extend the bar's life.
The soap saver?
Perfect.
Why? What
With
do you
this
mean
awesome
extend
buy
its
three,
life?
get three
What is
free
a
deal,
soap
I saved
saver?
$28 on everything you see here. Now then, to get back to kill count.
And then the doctor discovers that the weeping
Doctor
angel...
Who? Oh, not the Weeping Angels. Leave those out of this. God, I am
Sorry about that.
very worried about.
Man,
That's a cool set.
Set deck. Fiona, could you please fix this during the transition?
On it.
Thank you. All right. Where was
Wait,
I?
what did
And
he
new customers
change?
can get the buy 3 get 3 soaps free deal for themselves.
so
by
not
going
ready
to
for Undertale.
drsquatch.com/.
But yeah, last week was the first
or
time watching
clicking
Kill
the
Count
link
with
below.
Friday the
That's like
13th.
buying 6
Movies I've never
bars for
seen.
$4 each, which is hard
People
to
want me to do
find
the
for such a
recounts,
great
but I feel like I
quality
should do the
soap.
old
In a
ones, then
film
do the
about
recounts?
infinite
I don't know.
troops fighting in an endless war, there have got to be a lot of kills to count. So let's get to them.
Because this is going to be my new series. This is going to come out every single Saturday at
The movie
3:30.
begins with nightmarish
3:30 p.m.
of a
Patrons
respawn
get a
mission.
day early,
Feels
$3
like
a
someone
month.
out of the back rooms. It leaves this Day of Defeat soldier with his eyes hurting. They shouldn't be hurting though. They're not even there. Idiot. On Halloween night, 1968, Dr. Fritz Ludwig, aka the medic, reveals he has the
Yeah.
same nightmares I do. Lots of dead bodies to count. From what I
Oh.
can tell, there are 6 red bodies being dumped
Oh, we're
into
counting
this,
those?
sewer
Jeez.
tunnel. The medic's also a Kubrick fan by the looks of it, and might have latent fears of evil gonzos and or tickle monsters. But don't worry, Doc, that shadow's just a scout. The scout, real name Jeremy, tells his doctor friend that he's been having nightmares about being followed. The medic knows a solution here.
Valium.
In the game, the medic is just as liberal with his medicine, playing a support
Yeah, everyone gets it.
heals the other classes with his medigun.
I don't know,
The character is a
Rabidosa?
self-taught medicine man who ignores the
Self-taught?
do no harm part of
That's
his
not
job
good.
in favor of scientific discoveries. In the game, he's voiced by Robin Atkin Downs, who also voiced Shinnok in the animated Mortal Kombat movies. In
Didn't know
Emesis
that was
Blue,
a thing.
the medic's voiced by filmmaker Chad Payne, who also
Wait, really?
voices the Spy, the Demo Man, the Heavy, and a whole bunch of other characters. Holy crap, Gabe.
Kinda
I like
crazy.
that he takes the effort to imitate all their voices.
The sound of progress, my friend.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
This friendly
That-
checkup
did
is
he-
interrupted when a box of
Is that
VHS
just
tapes
skills,
gets opened
or
on
is
its
that
own.
Jeez,
did he
you got a whole video store in there.
change
An
it a little
anachronistic
bit?
store
Like
at
edit
that.
them.
VHS tapes weren't invented until 1976, 8 years after this movie takes place. The
Oh.
scout's insurance doesn't cover rentals, so he steals the 1931 film M by Fritz Lang, a film school classic. Should've
Never
grabbed
heard of it.
Battleship Potemkin while he was at it. After this opening, the movie takes an episodic format, starting with Chapter 1.
It's
Graveyard
so
Shift.
good.
Across town,
So
a veteran
scary, though.
soldier is
I don't like
sent
scary
forward. He almost
movies.
blows away a harmless shadow person. He's waiting for his boss, a private investigator spy, to meet with their latest informant. They're looking for information about the recently kidnapped Jules Archibald, the governor of New Mexico, who's backed by the Blue, the Builders League United Company. The
Paid for.
informant is a Heavy, a Russian character, and the American soldier doesn't trust him one bit.
That Ruski's twice your size.
That makes sense, given the whole, Cold War thing.
He's
Don't
more
forget,
than twice
this
his
movie
size.
And the game take place in the 60s. In the game,
true.
The Heavy is an enormous, jovial man named Misha. He likes to sing the
He's very smart.
songs of his people and eat a steady diet of sandwiches. That
Meat
keeps
the
him
sandwich.
big strong, so he can carry around Sasha, his 330-pound Gatling-style minigun. Meanwhile, Game Soldier is a crazed American patriot who was rejected by every branch of the U.S. military.
Every
for being
branch?
too crazy. He went on a one-man World War II campaign that didn't end until 4 years after the war was over. His voice is very much styled after George C. Scott's depiction of General Patton.
We're going to cut out their living guts
I didn't realize there was a movie called
and
Patton.
use them to grease the treads of our tanks.
And from that day forward, anytime a bunch of animals are together in one place, it's
Rest in
called a
peace.
zoo.
In the game, he was voice
Yeah.
acted by the late Rick May, who
Rest
sadly
in
died
peace.
of COVID in 2020. But I
It
do
wasn't
think
just
Jazzy
COVID,
Joey
was it?
Jr.
I think it was a
does
bunch of
good
other
job
things.
emulating that style.
It was a
here.
mixture.
Also, I know the soldier's name is Jane Doe, but I'm gonna just call him Soldier. The Heavy informant doesn't show up empty-handed.
What's on the briefcase?
Dude, you can't ask that. It's the briefcase. In the game, the intelligence briefcase acts as the flag in capture the flag mode. You've got to
Which makes
protect that
sense.
thing, or else you risk disappointing the announcer lady.
The announcer. Is she actually in it?
Don't ask what's in it. It's just important, okay? It's your classic MacGuffin. The Heavy answers the spy's inquiries
MacGuffin?
by beating the shit out of him. Thankfully for the spy, the soldier saves the day with some classic Cold War hatred.
Hey, Stalingrad.
Cold War hatred.
Eat this.
And also
Wow,
a big
that's
gun. Before
pretty
the two blues
close.
can check out the briefcase, that strange plague doctor swipes it, then leaves in a stolen hearse. In chapter 2,
I wonder who the
Gator's
plague
home,
doctor
the medic
is.
drives his patient home and
Oh,
reluctantly
it's so.
admits
This
that
is
there
like.
have been some
Oh,
problems
it's
with
so
the new
scary.
company's respawn machine.
It doesn't always work like it's supposed to. Some get stuck inside trying to come through.
The scout's dropped off and buzzes into his mom's
I think it's called imitation
Whatever, as long
horror.
as it's got a TV, so he can watch the tape he took. Great use of the real movie's audio as this scene's sound design, with a lot of static, a ball bouncing like the one Scout tosses around, and a kid speaking German.
The man in black will come.
Before you can say foreshadowing, Jeremy hears a voice say something much scarier. Hello?
Thanks for the ride, Doc.
It's a
His
creepy
own
recording
voice.
of the conversation he just had with the medic.
Every time I look
Whenever
into the
him hangs up,
darkness, I
Scout
see
looks to his
this.
mom for guidance. Huh? Why is she peering around the corner like
Oh yeah, why?
What the fuck was that? A
That's
terrifying
so
kill is what it
scary.
was. Looks like Scout's mom was decapitated.
But who was
Possibly
holding-
by a shadow figure or Asuka? No one's ready for that.
But how were they in the
version
other
of
corner?
Scout also loves his mom, which leaves him vulnerable at times.
Oh god. Spy.
He's the youngest merc, a cocky, loudmouth baseballer from South Boston who, for some reason, has a Bronx accent.
I don't even know where to start with you. I mean, do you even know who you're talking to?
I couldn't tell the difference between the
kind of a
accent.
big deal.
The Scout can walk, talk, and capture control
Lazy
points
Purple.
faster than
When
the
are we
other
getting how to
classes,
Phil's
with
play
his
medic?
Speed and double jump ability, balancing out how weak he is. The medic wakes up from a little steering wheel nap. And decides to
yeah,
return to
sure.
the Scout's mom's home. There he finds a Sesame Street crime scene with
Uh-huh.
an M from there, and also alluding to the movie on the TV. The situation
no
gives the
idea.
doc the vapors and a minor concussion. Somehow
Just
he
a
comes
minor?
to in his office with blood on his hands. Maybe that M at the Scout's house stood for medic. He's definitely having some kind of breakdown, but at least he gives us Evil Dead 2 gags. That's fun.
Wait, that's an Evil
no,
Dead
never
2?
mind. That's another concussion. An envelope slides under
it's
his
fine.
door with
Brain
a key
trauma's
in it, which
fine.
might be useful at the Conager Slaughterhouse. That's probably where the Scout is now, whose muffled screams the medic hears over the phone. Chapter 3, wait, Intel Hell? Oh, Intel Hell, okay. Picks up with the
instead
spy
of
and
what,
soldier at the
into?
crime scene pretending to be federal agents. One of the first responders says the perp left in an ambulance, pointing the dynamic duo to Dr. Fritz Ludwig. And if that wasn't evidence enough, I'd say this bone saw is plenty.
Which is
The
medic's
Hardy
weapon.
Blues head to the medic's office, where they make a ghastly discovery.
It's his latest victim.
Did you notice on the bones in the human body
unit.
make one skeleton?
Bastard. Still, there are other things suggesting the good doctor ain't so good, including another looped phone call with the medic's voice that really confuses the soldier.
Who is this?
It's the voice of God, you son of a bitch, and I'm coming for you.
Ludwig couldn't have been calling, because he and his medigun just got to the slaughterhouse. Good thing he arrived before the entrance fell apart. The Conager Slaughterhouse is played by the red portion of the classic Capture the Flag map 2 Fort. And I mean
Fort.
classic, man, because the TF2 version
My
is
first
a
game
remake of
ever.
a map from Team Fortress Classic,
Yep.
the original game that I am old enough to have played many a time
I
at
did
LAN
not.
parties. Oh my god, is that really what the character models look like? I feel ancient!
Yeah, I feel
Tries to take the
old
first
too.
elevator he finds, but it's unfortunately occupied. Incredible weight limit on that thing, though. The undead Russian chases him
I think it's
deeper
not that
inside the
big.
slaughterhouse and even breaks his precious health hose. It's pretty sad to see this, since in the game, the
Health
medic and
hose?
heavy are besties. Nothing like an ubercharged heavy wreaking havoc. Ludwig follows
Or
the
a
ominous
pocket
M's
heavy.
until he finds Scout's baseball, an engineer's wrench, and a chained-up coffin. Using the key slipped under his door, he unlocks it to find Jeremy taking a little Napsferatu. Weird how ungrateful he is, though.
If I had a gun, I'd shoot you, you sick bastard!
Yeah.
You're welcome.
The scout runs from the healer directly into the bullets of a gun turret.
It was set up by two engineer brothers, Slaughterhouse founders Zed and Maynard
The
Conacher.
Conacher brothers.
Don't like how that boy sounded coming out of him. Zed's the dominant brother here. You can tell by his communication style and how he
Punching.
gets first dibs on drill torture. Within Team Fortress
Drill
2,
torture?
the Conacher family made infinite warfare possible. To feud beyond the bounds of their natural lives, twins Blutarch and Redmond Man both independently enlisted Radigan Conacher to invent a life extender machine. Radigan's grandson, Del Conacher, is the game's engineer character, a soft
I remember when I called him
plays
Torbjorn
support
and everybody
by
got mad.
building teleporters and supply dispensers. Oh, and sentry guns. He loves his guns.
He does. And of course he's from Texas.
It's a gun.
The game character's soft-spokenness comes off as relaxed.
His older bros in Emesis Blue, conversely, are menacing as fuck.
Maynard is left behind babysitting the briefcase, but he quickly gets bored and plays the piano. It might be Blackbird by the Beatles. The chords sound similar to me. I really enjoyed this
don't know.
one, especially with the funny little sound gag. As the medic kills the engineer with a phone cord. Too bad Maynard reverses the charges, and the two have to square
Reverses
off
the
in some sort of a
charges?
little combat fight.
No wonder why this took 5
Then
years
it's
to
no
work
match for
on.
Maynard. He beats him down, then breaks out the double barrel to blast a hole in his chest. What? Luckily, this ain't no ordinary medic. He's extra absorbent, and also somehow alive again. That's probably
Yeah,
strong.
he's fine.
Ludwig embraces his second chance at life and sees what's underneath those goggles. Nothing,
Not-
tra-la-la.
Wait, he's gonna have
Ludwig
eyes?
goes savage and beats the engineer to death with the lid of a
Piano.
copier, or maybe a dumpster. I don't know. Either
Oh.
way, he cleans up the body in the end. Zed returns to
Not
see
sure
what's
why.
going on, but the medic wrangles himself a weapon. Control of
The
Maynard's
Wrangler.
sentry gun.
Now that ain't a toy, son.
Nope, it's an unlockable that he uses to shoot Zed against the wall. Then, as the Conacher's laughing, he double taps him to make sure Zed's
Double
dead.
taps him with a shotgun,
Zed's
a
dead.
double barrel.
He takes the mystery briefcase, but doesn't get too far with it. Does this guy got low blood sugar or something? Oh, nope, sorry. He's just sad because he found out the scout is dead. Some blood in his baseball cap.
Power
all that
drill.
remains after Zed's home impalement project. Outside,
Even
the
though-
spy and soldier arrive, and the soldier vouches for the versatility of his rocket launcher.
I'm gonna use it to jump across this
Hey,
ravine.
rocket
You
jump.
really have lost your mind, haven't you? What? I've done it before.
I love this reference
yeah.
to the in-game practice of rocket jumping, a soldier
wow.
technique that's hilarious in concept and deadly in execution. Gunfire forces them under the bridge, and we pick back up with them in Chapter 4.
How many chapters were there?
They enter the slaughterhouse
couple.
through the sewer lines, which is where they get shot at by a sniper. The sniper's presence was hinted at earlier when the medic arrived with a scoped-in POV
Oh,
shot.
yeah.
The soldier baits the sniper into revealing his position.
Take your best.
Thanks to a bulletproof vest, he gets
How
a
do you
leg
know he
up
was
in
going
the
for the...
fight.
How did you know he wouldn't shoot you in the head? I didn't.
They leave the
That's
sniper
crazy.
to die, only for the soldier to get stopped by a person from the shadows.
Catching a sniper round to the
The
chest?
teacher from Charlie Brown? Nope, it's the pirate.
I haven't seen
known
Charlie
in
Brown.
Emesis Blue as the butcher. If their white mask looks familiar, it's because they were seen at the scout's house after his mom's head rolled. I don't
Yeah,
think they killed
but who was the other
Scout's
person?
mom, though, since they were on the other side of
Yeah,
the
I don't
room
know
from
who
where
else
her
was
head
there.
dropped. My assumption is that they kidnapped Scout, took him to the slaughterhouse, and gave him to the Conagers to put inside the coffin. The game Pyro doesn't have a name, nor speak more than muffled noises. A long-running rumor is that the Pyro is a lady, with Easter eggs like a horse in the Pyro's locker. The
Oh.
Pyro, as you'd expect, is an up-close and burnt toast kind of fight.
Burnt
but they
toast.
might be the most compassionate class if we judge by personal perspective. Turns
Well,
out they see the world as a
a happy
baby-filled
joy,
candle flame.
spreading
The
happiness
flamethrower as a
by-
trumpet
with
that shoots
fire.
rainbows. Oh, that's nice. Pyro brings the soldier to his knees, and when the spy steps up, the Pyro shoots him in the leg. Further
That's fine.
gunfire causes soldier to sprint away, separating him from his boss when a fire door slams shut. As the Pyro approaches the spy, the sniper laughs at him, seemingly with his last breaths. Pyro
Which
becomes
is
a shadow
crazy.
figure and knocks the spy out cold. Spies and pyros are natural enemies.
Yes, they are.
The pyros' flames are an easy way to suss out spies who are invisible or disguised as teammates. The spies
I've seen a lot of stuff I haven't seen.
Sabotage structures and kill enemies with a single stab to the back. They are annoying as fuck. The character is a besuited
Meet the
French
spy
rogue who talks down to the other classes while probably having sex with their moms. For sure.
It's only
the
Scout's
spy
mom.
in Emesis Blue, real name Detective Jacques Murnau, keeps the condescension but loses the suave sophistication. He's more tightly wound and at the end of his rope, mostly because he's stuck with a soldier as an assistant. Now by his lonesome, Soldier rudely interrupts a conversation between two shadow men. He hurls a crowbar at them. What the fuck, dude? And ducks towards the
Isn't that himself? Isn't he? Yeah.
Has that always been there? Oh, yeah. There's also a salad fingers looking motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Seems
deal
like
with that
he's
was.
busy right now. Okay, bye. The soldier walks through the
It's
portal
so
right
spooky.
into a war that sees 9 dead bodies scattered around the trenches.
Oh.
Or maybe this is the war's wreck area? Either way, the Twilight Zone version of his boss catches a whole heap of flames in an attack of some extra
From the
crispy
pyro.
foreshadowing. Soldier also sees a scout get shot in the head, and I'll count him as dead, even though maybe he was just bitten by a radioactive bullet. Man, that little guy really
and that's a
doesn't
salad
work well
fingers.
with the respawn machine, huh?
No, he
Soldier
does
wanders
not.
back to reality and finds a drinking buddy in the form of a
drinking-
captured demo man.
I mean,
from the
his
red team.
demo.
Soldier names him Cyclops. Maybe Cyclops can explain the plot so far.
I want to know what the hell is going on here. I don't know.
Damn it. The game's demo man is named Tavish Finnegan de Groot, a chronically drunk demolition
Chronically
expert from
drunk.
a long line of Scottish demolition experts. He's a defensive
Isn't
class,
his
great
blood,
for blowing
like,
up structures
instead of
and
water, it's
people.
alcohol?
I mean, his default loadout is 2 different kinds of grenade launchers. Cyclops ain't only missing an eye, he's also missing an arm. But he negotiates his freedom with the soldier, only for another shadow person to show up and chuck a crowbar at him for a change.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually this isn't a change. It's a time loop and he just hit himself. Like
Yep.
an idiot. No time for an Amanda show.
Isn't that crazy?
The mutated scout is coming around the corner. The soldier takes his new friend to go as old double digits turns everything into
it's
creepy-ass
so-
low
it's
fidelity.
so
Wow,
creepy.
I love the distorted look of this attack. It's like we're watching it from a VHS that was copied from another VHS. Soldier ends it by sticking his crowbar into Giant Scout's forehead in what might be the world's first self-kill assist. Okay, you can go
Wait,
now.
what is it?
Cyclops leads the soldier to the promised cache of weapons.
And how many
Also
bodies are in there?
evidence about the respawn machine. A lot of these ominous lines about the machine are lifted directly from the Stephen King short story, The Jaunt. That story's about teleportation.
Jaunt? I
but
don't
the
think I've
central
heard of it.
Technology can similarly drive a user insane. It's really
Makes
short
sense.
and has a disturbing ending, so I highly recommend you read it. The color
I don't know how to
crossed
read,
friends
so.
tiptoe past a bunch of dead-looking
I'll be reading your
bodies,
comments,
but
though.
I ain't counting them yet, because looks like there's still some juice left in the tank.
Is
In fact,
there?
Right after the soldier and demo get their weapons, they learn how much respawning can change a person. Gives them horrible posture. A Resident Evil 1 reference confirms the worst.
That's a
We've got
Resident Evil
zombies
1
on.
reference?
That or the sniper is even more perseverant than we thought. I love that gag. And
I like
love the
that it's
physical
blurred so
comedy of the doorway jam
won't
too.
get age
Great
restricted.
button with the heavy. Cyclops executes the crawliest creep and proves these zombies still have glass skulls. Turning to the leftover 4 undead, the heroes take care of them with a Rube Goldberg-like action sequence. The soldier crushes a scout with a supply closet, spilling
Nice.
gasoline all over, as the demo man electrocutes an engineer with an overhead light. That ignites the fumes, which blows the heavy clean in half. They just
Well, I don't
shoot
know
glass
why
at
they
the
explode.
Zombie soldier, but by then they've earned a lazy kill. Somewhere
I mean, it's a
else
1911
in
to
this
the
place,
dome.
Ludwig comes across a zombie of his own. Like, literally, it's a red medic. A Reddick? Ludwig shocks his
red.
redder half with the broken end of his medigun and flees to an office that looks a lot like his. There,
I
he
wonder
discovers
why.
how that zombie red medic was killed in the first place. Apparently, he acquired Stalingrad's body and used it for experiments. The injection he gives the heavy peps him right up. One might say he's a bit too pepped up. I mean, the guy's so juiced, he thinks he can pull off that hat. The resurrected Russian chases Ludwig through various walls until he's distracted by the badly burned zombie red doctor. He finishes off the guy who brought him back to life with a handheld.
Oh my god,
Stalingrad
crushed his
continues
head.
his top-heavy reign of terror right into the other story.
I guess
he pins
yeah,
down the soldier
Stalingrad.
and demo man beneath a statue of a giant chess piece, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know
Before
why
he can
that's
finish
there.
The job, Ludwig reappears and tells the heavy to go screw himself. The 3 non-zombies make it into an elevator.
3
They
non-zombies?
escape the heavy and have a good laugh.
Okay, salad fingers attack.
Well, they have a laugh about it. Not sure how good it is. Boy, they've got a long way to go. go. What is this, the platform? Chapter 5, the doorway.
Only
Starts
chapter
with a
5.
flashback. Back before he was kidnapped, Governor Jules Archibald offered the spy a deal.
You wanted a promotion? Here it is.
In exchange for a new car that will eventually get blown up, and a new sidekick who he can't fucking stand, the detective executes 3 political prisoners by shooting them right in the head bag. Aw, and these ones don't even have pictures painted on the outside.
Oh,
this is a guilty memory
are they supposed to have pictures on the
detective's
outside?
torture at the hands of the pyro. Thanks to their efforts, we get to see the spy under his mask. Ooh, now do the pyro. Oh, never mind.
No. Oh yeah, no, absolutely terrifying. Is that the face from Half-Life 2?
Of that briefcase
or is it Half-Life 1 where it's a real actual face?
I can explain.
Yeah, in this movie, he tells the medic to sit and stay while he and the demo check the Slaughterhouse jail. Wait, Slaughterhouse jail? Are these cells for criminal cows? They find Governor Archibald
criminal
behind
cows.
bars.
Oh, thank God! A rescue!
He wastes no time shouting at the soldier for teaming up with the demo. He's bigoted against Cyclops because he's on red team.
Yeah, that's why.
Will be racist. Who knows? A creepy
very
wheelchair
possible.
wheels by
It's what,
creepily.
the 60s?
After that distraction, the
very
soldier
possible.
finds everyone gone. Everyone except that Day of Defeat soldier. Man, it's weird seeing a realistic-looking human in this space. Cyclops wandered off to a place he thought was a bar, and by the looks of it, it's the one in the Overlook. Covering for Lloyd as
The
bartender
Shining.
is Del Conager, the engineer from the game and younger brother to the now deceased Maynard and Zed.
Well,
the
they're both
demo's
deceased.
regrown eye should be a sign that something's wrong, but if that doesn't do it, you can rely on Del's creepy dialogue about the respawn machine.
It's eternity in there.
Meanwhile, the medic fights another reflection, and in my opinion, wins. Then finds
Does
the
he?
respawn machine
If you shoot your
itself.
own reflection?
It's got some all sorts of fun stuff inside.
Yeah, no.
Like Mungo in there. According to the machine, there's been a file corruption.
Oh,
All
you
you
think?
need to do is hit Y for a defrag. The medic complies, and turns out this really is a defrag, since the machine starts building a person and pushing them through the pipes. Alas, another error occurs, and the only thing spawning
And now
here is
it's gonna be another
Kubrick reference with more blood than any cartoon human body could possibly hold. The soldier wanders into a war room entirely in black and white. This set is straight out of Stanley Kubrick's iconic 1964 satire.
I had no
Doctor
idea all
Strangelove,
these references.
or
Is he
How
writing
Everyone
a
Stopped
bomb?
Worrying and Loved the Bomb. That film's comic disregard for human life within the military-industrial complex is relevant to this scene, as the soldier listens to Archibald brag about the miraculous respawn machine.
We found about 10 of them that are respawn compatible.
About 10 of them? 9.
What the hell is going on? He shot himself? Oh, bloody hell. Just throw him in the pit with the others.
We hear the 10th Commando shoot himself over the phone.
So
And I'll
there's
count
just
it as
9.
a kill because we've seen
The
this
10th
guy.
class.
He's that Day of Defeat soldier from the very beginning who's been haunting the TF2 soldier. We won't
He's supposed to be like
counting any of
the
these
noob
bastards
class
at the
or
round
whatever,
table, though.
where
I don't
he's
care
just
how dressed up you
a
are.
non-class.
You can't escape your skelly nature. Anyway, with the 10th respawner dead, that leaves us with the 9 familiar TF2 classes.
Yep.
Governor Archibald
And then they just keep
conscripted them
getting-
to Plutarch Man, then immediately called up his brother to make the same deal.
Redmond, Jules Archibald, I have a proposition for you.
The soldier starts to get scared by
Just
the
to keep them
skellies,
at
but
war,
it's a
which they're
sniper you
moving.
should be worried about. A zombie sniper. Oh shit, a zombie pirate sniper. Yo ho ho. The soldier escapes into a lab where he shivers his timbers and finds a bunch of frozen test subjects. Might as well call this place Camino,
Wouldn't
they
he
all be
just
looking like him. The only person here who
finishing
doesn't look like him is
Resident
the
Evil
demo
4?
man, who the soldier finds frozen on the ground. He had mistaken the faulty laboratory sign for a bar entrance, and for his troubles, he becomes a Cyclops again, frozen in true Jack Torrance style. The spy is still simmering with the pyro.
This
during a
explains
phone
so
call,
much
he pulls a
about this.
predator and slips his bonds. The spy shoots his former captive to the ground, then celebrates with a cigarette. He pays for poorly discarding it when things get toasty, and his entire body ignites. It burns him badly before he can put himself out in the nearest raw sewage. The medic's
Yeah.
messed up from
Raw
the horrors
sewage.
he's
Ugh.
seen, but he ain't seen nothing yet. A baseball leads him into the scout's mom's house, which now
is
has
there.
a warp door at the end of the hall. Through that is another rip in space-time. He creates a
Where he
time
can
loop
see
of sorts,
himself.
and he's revealed to be the reason that box of tapes fell over.
Uh-huh.
Also the reason for the scout's
Stop
mom's
showing
death?
that
Maybe.
scene.
Dude's having fucked up delusions about it, where he looks straight out of Coraline. This is when the still-living pyro finds him, lit up in a blaze of glory. The doctor escapes into the Slaughterhouse chapel? What? Is this a chapel for hogs? Is there a hog god? What is this place?
I don't
Medic only
know.
has time to put on a crucifix before the pyro appears again and summons a fireball. No, he's just on fire.
Yeah,
Here,
he's
Doc,
just on
have a
fire.
little fire for your face! Ha ha ha!
That's
Doc don't
not
like
gonna
that,
feel
so he
good.
grabs a ground gun and shoots pyro in the
ground
head,
gun?
putting an end
Because
to
it's just
Burning
there.
Man faster than a bunch of rain and poop floods. Wow.
Oh,
even cuts
that's
their
a
head off and
reference to
everything. Yeah, that'll do
Burning
the
Man.
trick. You know, I hope Ludwig's doing okay mentally.
He's not. Yep, nope, he's doing great mentally.
So probably not, huh? Somewhere else in this slaughterhouse, Archibald's on the phone saying he's not a war criminal. He's just a guy who's been profiting off
Are
of
you even
war.
at
The war is
war?
their business, and mine is to drag
This is
it out
more of
for
a
as long
dispute.
as humanly possible. That infernal, unholy contraption is my lifeline.
Archibald runs into his former hitman, but the spy is burnt up and growly now.
I did your dirty work and hid it from everyone, and look what it did to me.
It made him whole face. Archibald can't grovel
Whole
hard enough to keep
face?
the spy from shooting him between the eyes, ending the
Good
mission
shot.
that ruined his selfie game.
There's 39
With
kills
the zombie
already.
sniper still after him, the soldier hides in what ends up being the training room for new respawnable recruits. Turns out all the subjects
Respawnable
were death
recruits?
row inmates who signed over their bodies to be used after
Which
execution.
is why it was supposed to be a prison.
You're not on death row anymore, since you're technically already dead.
Soldier learns that Archibald personally executed his original self. Even more shocking, though,
And
is
he's
that in
just
this universe, Lyndon B.
a
Johnson
respawn.
is real. Look
Wait,
like a
really?
real guy.
Oh my God,
What's he
that's
doing
actually him.
presiding over a bunch of cartoons. The one-legged sniper finally catches up to the soldier for revenge, touting a rocket launcher and finally getting to speak some lines.
Do you have any idea how long I've waited for this? Longer than you think.
In the game, the sniper is named Mundy and was born in New Zealand but raised in the Australian.
Yeah,
Army.
everybody was like, he's
a
Australian. I'm
hired
like, no,
killer who
he's
takes his job seriously.
from New Zealand. He's a
and
Kiwi.
he throws jars of pee at people.
Oh God, Winglet. I reacted to
Sniper
that.
sees the
It's one of my
pilot
most viewed
pop their
videos,
head
I
around
think.
the corner before it falls to the ground.
meet the items.
Since this is the medic wielding an axe, I've got to go with the popular theory that Ludwig is responsible for killing Scout's mom. He's doing the same trick here, and it explains why Scout was
Yeah.
so mad at him when he let him out of his nap coffin. He's
Yeah.
probably experiencing psychotic breaks due to the respawn machine, during which he does stuff like murder. And he might even do that play
casually.
mask guy. I mean, who the fuck knows? The medic's axe swing takes the zombie sniper to
The-
the ground.
See you on the other side.
Soldier double taps him for good measure.
It's so
Now, near
crazy
respawn,
how
you
deep
gotta
this
make
is.
Sure to destroy the head. Just when we think we might get some answers about what Emesis Blue even is, the medic is conked out by the detective. He's in a hurry to get to chapter 6, catabasis, a Greek word referring to when the hero of a story takes a journey to the underworld. You know, like in Hades Town. The spy sits the medic and soldier down for a friendly game of French roulette.
Instead of Russian roulette.
It certainly looks it. The soldier goes first and survives. The detective follows suit, and then it's the medic's turn. No! Things don't go quite as well for old Ludwig.
Loses at Russian
The detective
roulette.
congratulates the soldier on not dying, and then disappears into the ether. Soldier
That's
has to find
terrifying.
his own way out, and it leads him straight to what appears to be, well, the pits of hell. What do you do in a case like this?
I don't know. Jump in?
Cannonball!
Yeah,
Shit,
I wouldn't
hold
jump
up.
into
This
that.
pit is full of still meaty corpses.
No way he's not
God,
gonna count
is
this.
Josh gonna have to count these all by hand?
No.
I can't afford all that overtime. Wait a damn second.
We're gonna do
Rewind.
math?
Yes, back to
Are
the
we gonna
boardroom.
do math?
Let me hear old Archie Warbunker on the phone again.
How many?
About 800,000 corpses on site, and we're not really sure what to do with them.
He gave us a number.
800,000
About.
corpses.
He gave us a number.
He did their job for them. That's
Well,
so
holy
many.
hot damn! According to the Dude Bro Statute of 2022,
Dude
an
Bro.
amendment of the Final Destination Decree of 2019, in order
What
for
are we
mass
talking
event kills
about?
to count, the disaster must have some amount of visual representation and a
And they-
serious in-universe number given to account for all the kills.
And they have
That's what
both of those
allowed
things.
Dude Bro Party Massacre 3 to take the kill count championship with
I've had-
stupid 4,000 kills.
Oh, this is
Count
definitely
up.
going
And
to
that's
be
why
up there.
I have to add 800,000 to this kill count. Holy shit! I mean, I'm just following the rules here. We have mountains of bodies on clear display and a specific number for how many we're supposed
He
to be
said about
looking at.
800,000.
It's over. My long personal nightmare is
Nothing's
over.
gonna
the
beat
soldier
that.
tries to escape a corpse dump truck, but it scoops up his
Why do we
rocket
need that?
launcher, and he gets covered in dead clones of himself trying to get it back. When he
Yeah.
finally reacquires his giant boomstick, he finds himself stuck at the most literal depiction of hell yet. This is a reference to Lars von Trier's The House That Jack Built, where this broken bridge was,
2018?
in fact, in hell. Stalingrad shows up
Did
in his
not
little
know.
shredder hockey mask thing, allowing the soldier to finally test out his rocket jumping skills. Not pretty, but it got the job done. Too bad someone shoots him and he falls back into the pit anyway. He climbs out of a well and learns that his life was just saved by a flask. Good thing his favorite bourbon is Bullet. Now, I can't
That
tell
bullet
if
is perfectly
through this
saved.
portal he sees, but some awful howling.
That's when you start running.
Retreat through these pipes and eventually up through a manhole. He exits,
And
right
he's
into
gonna
the
see
beginning
himself.
Of the movie. Wait, what the fuck? Turns out he was the shadow person he saw and almost shot from the car. But
Yeah.
this can't be a perfect time loop
It's
because this
such a
other kid is
trip.
killed when his car blows up. Huh. I can safely say I'm not sure what's happening anymore.
Yeah, no.
Shaken back to the present tense in the ruins of the
It's
crumbling
such a
Slaughterhouse,
trip, dude.
where the half-naked Heavy returns for one last round. Ooh, rocking a Splatterhouse look, I see. Lucky for the soldier, zombie Stalingrad is killed when the building collapses onto him, splattering him for good. Sometime later, the soldier, finally
Cool, looks right in that one.
here, is debriefed by a company man. He tells him the Slaughterhouse is shuttered, and that he should similarly shutter his mouth about everything he saw.
You are not to speak with anyone.
The soldier does him one better and doesn't say anything at all in Chapter 7, Blood Brothers.
Uh-huh,
This
and the
takes
funeral.
place at Governor Archibald's funeral, where the soldier is supposed to read from a script that says Dr. Fritz Ludwig killed the governor. The attendees include twin brothers Blutarch and Redmond Man, rivals in business, brotherhood, and which one of them has the more disturbingly realistic wrinkles. They spend the whole memorial day.
They are pretty good.
What was my friend doing in your compound, Redmond?
The detective, now speaking with a voice modulator since the fire burned his,
lungs,
turns his eulogy into a press conference, blaming the governor's death on the medic and announcing his own promotion.
I will be taking his place as chairman of the board.
The soldier isn't content
It's just
to sit
I
with
am
his
promoting
bullshittery,
myself.
But before he can pin anything on the spy, Dr. Fritz Ludwig sits up from Archie's casket and turns the new chairman into a floor man. All hell breaks loose and the bodyguards start guarding bodies. The medic pops one in the throat, but doesn't turn the gun against the soldier.
For some reason.
The soldier glad he was nice to that guy. The medic walks outside where a blue brand truck full of blue brand goons try to get the blue brand jump on him. The soldier sacrifices his funeral party grenade to save the doctor, then tosses him the still mysterious briefcase. Blutarch Man's
are we ever gonna get a sequel? I don't know. I don't think we do.
That instantly kills his driver. Blutarch isn't so lucky. He's alive, but a broken.
Yeah,
the
cars
soldier
weren't safe
finds
back
him
then.
In this rough fur shape and shows mercy by putting Blutarch down. Boy,
that's
is a lot of
mercy.
Probably more mercy than face at this point. Ludwig manages to flag down an ambulance and momentarily gets lost in tender memory of the healer he once was. But then the cops open fire and he goes back to doing as much harm as possible.
Very good shot. Very unfazed.
Redmond Man finds his brother's corpse in his car and stops to pay his final respects.
I won.
I won.
I outlived you, brother. I am the
and gets hit by the ambulance. Yep.
Truly was the last man standing for just about 2 minutes.
He got up out of his chair.
Ludwig doesn't let that red speed bump slow him down. He's too busy having memories of Scout like you were Nick Cage at the end of Mandy. Just he's a little
That
less
was
smiley
very
than he
disturbing.
The doc keeps driving
What is
until the
that?
road gets blurry. Probably too tired to be behind the wheel, man.
I don't know what Mandy
Good thing
is.
there's a roadside bar to stop at.
Called
It's
Dell's.
Place. Again, and it looks like his dead brother
The mortem
in
post.
the background. The
Instead
medic
of
retreats into the
post-mortem.
restroom, which is just like the bathroom in The Shining. Wow, Chad Payne really loves that movie, huh? The doctor takes a chill pill, but discovers it isn't Valium. It's actually title drug. The medic's been taking and prescribing Emesis Blue this whole time.
Instead of Valium.
Meant to suppress the side effects of the respawn machine. That means the medic is dead. Looks like he fell asleep driving and crashed his ambulance into a phone pole. If the noxious red glow of the briefcase is anything to go by, though, I think the
what is that
medic
supposed
will
to
be
be?
back in no time. Well, I shouldn't say no time. It's eternity in there. Whew, counting the kills in this thing takes longer than you think.
So what, was there
but I'm done
50
now.
besides
Let's
the
get to numbers.
800,000? A lot. There's a lot of
Oh my
numbers.
God. It was eternity in there. I was able to get so much done. Is there any way to get back? Please? Does anything else want to fall on me?
Oh. The numbers are...
I never thought I'd see the day, but I counted
The new champion.
800,054 kills in Emesis Blue.
That
You
is
know what that
insane.
means. Zoran, get in here. Everybody, your winner
The belt.
and new kill count world champion.
Why is Dean Winchester on that shirt?
Emesis Blue.
They have a belt made? That's so cool.
Any less obscure than Dude Bro?
Get out of here.
That's
Anyway,
the
every
rules.
kill in this thing was a dude, except for Scout's mom, so a pie chart is pretty much useless. But may
True.
I offer you a bar graph with how many times each class died?
Oh, that's
This
pretty
excludes
good.
the big groups, obviously, but looks like the medic and the scout tied for most deaths at 5. And congrats to the demo and the pyro for only dying once each. Finally, with a runtime of 108 minutes, that left us with a kill on average.
That's a lot.
So
many
0.0013 minutes.
But do we even count those?
0.008 seconds.
Like, that's so many deaths.
I'll give the golden chainsaw the coolest kill to all those zombie red team kills in that action sequence.
Oh, that's where the
Very
golden chainsaw.
creative.
Glad to see that's still a thing. Because like I said,
appreciate
last week I
how long
watched
this
the
must have
very
taken to
first
animate.
one.
Good stuff. Double machete for lamest kill will go to Jeremy the Scout. Not saying I wanted to see him get the driller killer treatment on screen, but he's an
True.
important character who dies off screen with only a hat left behind. It's not even a fun hat. And that's
It's not
it.
even a fun
Emesis
hat,
Blue
just a
was
hat.
uploaded in February and has already amassed over 6 million
I
views.
think doesn't it have over
Almost
8
as many
million now?
fan theories.
No.
Until my next
Fan Game Theories. Did Film Theory do a video on it? It should.
Hey everyone, thanks a lot for watching this kill count for
I don't know.
Emesis Blue.
I don't know what the next
Definitely
thing is going to be. This is going to be a new
Apropos
series
for
I'm
the
doing
weird
every single
I only
Saturday.
realized
I'm
after
playing
I filmed
Undertale
that,
today
you
at
know,
5.
Scott has his fucking sleeves rolled up, and I should have been doing this the whole time, man. Come on, fucking.
Yeah, come on, James. What are you doing?
Also, 800,000 kills is, I don't know, that's pretty fucked up.
That's a
Clearly,
lot.
that kind of fucks with the whole system. So, you know, we'll figure out something to do with this. I have a few ideas of where we can go from here. I don't want the competition to, you know, just be closed from now on. Seriously,
it might
though,
be.
Huge congratulations.
Oh, also, it has
to
to do with say a
and
million.
everyone else involved in making Emesis Blue. I've watched it so many times now.
If you like Emesis Blue, might have recommended Scratch Universe by Black.
Honestly, I never
really
get
good
bored
dude.
of it. I am always fascinated.
I've
and
talked to him a
impressed
good
by
bit.
What I'm watching. Seriously,
My
great
friend
work,
is
Chad.
voice
Happy
actor
Halloween,
in it,
everybody.
which is
Good
awesome.
people. Play ball.
Okay, so that was... Oh, well, that's because I had to reload the... Okay, well, let's actually go to the history. There we go. The history is probably the best place to show that, just because I had to try and get rid of that crackle, because I was not about to listen to a 36-minute long video where he's talking, and the entire time I'm dealing with crackling. But like I said, kill count's gonna be coming out every single Saturday. I kind of want to go in order, but I just did this just because Emesis Blue is something I reacted to a couple months ago, and I figured it's something I've actually seen. There's not gonna be a lot of horror movies on here that I have seen. My girlfriend has made me watch a lot of scary movies because she enjoys them as she looks at me. But Emesis Blue is something I'm not sure if we're going to come back next week with some more Friday the 13th stuff with the old versions. And then, you know, we'll just watch the recounts when they get to it just to see how things, you know, grow over time and how they develop over time. Or we just skip straight to the... recounts, but there's no playlist for those, so I'm not really sure how that's gonna go. And if we do the originals, if we can do multiple in one session, when we do the recount, probably just do one at a time. But I really hope you subscribe to those future videos. You become a patron for $3 a month, get you all my reaction videos a day early. I read every single one of your comments, whether you're a patron or not, whether you're subscribed or not. We just hit, I believe, 84,000 subscribers, so we are less than 16,000 away from 100,000 subscribers, which is a crazy milestone. I hope to see you back for the next video next Saturday. I hope to see you on Undertale at 5 p.m. But until the next video, take care and cue the music.
We were playing an asshole.